Watching the video, Celia began to panic. The Chase in the video was definitely not the man she knew. What was he doing with all those luxurious cars? And who were those two men? She could tell from one glance that they were from high society. She was now lost in thought for a while before she texted her sister. "Where did you get this video? Where's Chase now?" Cicely was no longer with Chase when she saw Celia's message, but she replied in text. "Do you not know who your husband is?" Celia was now very anxious. She texted back. "What do you mean? I just want to know where he is right now. Was he causing trouble? Do I need to worry?" With so many luxury cars, so many big shots, and such a large crowd, she was growing increasingly worried that Chase had upset or offended the wrong person. If he'd been taken, it was impossible for her to know where he'd gone. How would she be able to help him? She was still disappointed in him, but he was her husband. She wanted him safe. It took Cicely a long time to respond, and Celia grew increasingly impatient. She picked up her phone and called Chase, but the call went straight to voicemail. Panic set in. She just knew that he was in trouble. He always answered when she called. They must have taken his cell phone. She called again and again, but still couldn't get through. Finally, on the fifth try, the call connected. She heaved a sigh of relief. "Hey, Leah, what's wrong?" Chase said, sounding rather relaxed. "Where are you?" she said quickly. "I'm delivering something for work," he casually replied. "Are you a delivery driver now?" she snapped. She was irritated. "Come over to the hospital. I want to talk to you." She hung up the phone. Chase frowned. Was Celia acting strange? Had she somehow learned through Cicely of his identity? Of his actions to take down Victor? He quickly had Chuck take him to the hospital. The moment he entered the room, Celia crossed her arms and asked him point blank, "Where have you been?" "I told you," he said. "I was delivering something for work." He fiddled with his clothes and added, "Look, I haven't even changed my work clothes yet." "Chase, I know you're lying. You don't blink when you lie," she said coldly. She threw the phone at him. "Watch the video." She waited for him to press play before adding, "Why do you constantly insist on causing trouble?" Chase knew something was wrong before he even pressed play. And when he did, it just got worse. The video was clear, and he immediately realized that Cicely had sent it. But he could tell by the timestamp that it was before he'd spoken to her, asking her not to share anything with Celia. To be fair, she wasn't to blame entirely. He thought for a moment and then tried to relax his body and facial expression. "Oh, this. I found the kid who... The two people in this video are his family, and they're pretty rich. They didn't want any trouble. They apologized to me. Said they were sorry for their son's mistake and promised to pay you your hospital bills plus a little extra." "Is that so?" Celia asked doubtfully. "You don't believe me?" Chase said, trying to keep his composure. "Do you really think that your husband is some kind of a big mob boss? That I've got more than a dozen luxury cars at my disposal?" Hearing this, her skeptical gaze disappeared. She thought for a moment about his explanation and tried to align it with the kind of person she knew he was. And in her heart, she realized he was telling the truth. His rationale was valid, so she shook the idea out of her mind. Once she calmed down, she changed the topic to Dottie. She wanted to know what was going on with her care and the consultation. "It's the same as before," Chase replied. "I've contacted a pretty good cardiologist and the surgery will be arranged as soon as possible." "A pretty good doctor, Chase? Who is he?" Although she wanted to believe him, he had disappointed her so many times. "The same Dr. Zimmerman that Chad mentioned to you before," said Chase. She was stunned. "Dr. Zimmerman?" she gasped. After thinking for a moment, she just sighed. She didn't believe him. "Chase, this is our daughter. Can you please be serious? This isn't the time for playing around." Dr. Zimmerman was the most esteemed cardiologist in the United States of America. He dealt with high-end clients, politicians, and difficult complex cases. Celia didn't believe that a doctor like that would move heaven and earth to help her or her family. The only reason he agreed to the consultation in the first place was because of Chad and his family's wealth. She frowned and crossed her arms. He sensed her frustration and added, "Baby girl, I'm not kidding, Leah. I really did contact Dr. Zimmerman, and he will be doing Dottie's surgery. Why don't you believe me?" She didn't even have the chance to react before a burst of laughter sounded from the hospital room's doorway. Chase didn't need to look up to know that Chad was back. "Chase," he said, "when are you going to stop this bad habit of yours? Quit lying to Celia. It's okay you can't get a call into Dr. Zimmerman. If you can, just be reasonable about it." He walked in and sat beside Celia and said, "I've already contacted Dr. Zimmerman. He will be coming in the next 2 days. Rest assured that everything is going as planned." Chad was frustrated and shot a look of contempt at Chase. It hadn't been easy to even get Dr. Zimmerman to the hospital. And now this thing, he'd gotten the same doctor to schedule a surgery. It was shameless. "Really?" Celia said gleefully. She was so excited. "Dr. Zimmerman really will be here? Is this true?" "Of course," Chad replied, looking pleased with himself. "When have I ever lied to you? Both Dad and I have spent a bit of effort on this. If it wasn't for us, this Dr. Zimmerman might have not have come." Thank you, Chad," she fused. "I don't know what to do if it wasn't for you." "Pay it no attention, Leah," Chad said, patting his chest. "I've already said that your business is my business, and I've always treated Dottie like my own daughter. It's only right that I help her find a doctor." Chase's entire body language shifted in that moment. Who the is Chad to make such claims? That he looked at Dottie as if he was his own. What right did he have? Chase was seething.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.